Bada boom, realest one in the room. How you doing? I'm a certified G, bona fide stud. You can't teach that. And you are tuned in to IYH.
Hi, this is Isla Dawn, and you're watching In Your House podcast. This is Alexis Littlefoot, the Big Flexer, and this is In Your House.
Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Pumpers in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smooth. What is up, guys? What is cracking? It's the Con Man, and I'm in your house. And you guys already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on, we're here to give you that work. When it comes to this professional wrestling business, and guys, it's Thursday, which means another week has gone by, which means it's the day after Wednesday, which means it's the day after Dynamite, which means it's time to talk AEW Dynamite here and in your house. And oh yeah, I've got a full house, as it were, and joining me like they do every week to talk not just AEW, but just wrestling in general. We talk a whole lot of wrestling. My man is coming to you from Gonzo Sports Room, Gonzo Wrestling Room. This man has a busy weekend this coming weekend. He's the OG of professional wrestling, Tony Gonzalez. What is up, man?
Oh, having a great day, guys. The last 2 days I've been got stuck babysitting 4 kids that I didn't know I was going to do either day. so
Oh, no.
the 3 of them somebody else's kids, but luckily they're really nice kids. I just wish that I would have knew that this was going to be happening, but that's another story. But I'm doing good, man. I'm excited to talk wrestling. I've enjoyed the week so far. I liked Monday Night Raw, liked NXT, and I thought AEW was pretty decent.
Yeah, I thought they had a really good episode this week. We'll get into that and so much more. But joining us here for the first time here on the AEW Dynamite Review Show, you can catch him on a Tuesday doing some great work talking Monday Night Raw with my brother. Of course, I'll introduce him here in a second. But we're talking about the man who brings much chaos. He is the Chaos Goblin, the professional himself, Kevin Calloway. What is up, man?
Not bad, man. We're hitting summer vacation for me, so I get to do spot fills every so often with some of these shows, and I actually got to catch some AEW more going forward, and I think I might be an AEW fan now in pieces, and that's wild to say out loud for me, because for so long I wasn't, and I think I like. We'll get into more of it, of course, but I like some of the things they're getting into. But we'll get to the highs and the lows later. But I like what I'm seeing right now as a whole.
Absolutely, and that's kind of the same boat that I'm in. We'll get into that, and of course, when we started this show back in November, it was me and this man right here. We said, hey, we're going to give our fans that want to hear us talk about AEW the opportunity to hear us talk about AEW. We started it at Blood and Guts. We've been going ever since then. On Wednesdays, we talk some WCW, but every day, he's the voice. Josh Joseph, what is up, man?
How goes it, house? How goes it, household? We got some Chaos Goblins, and we got some patients of OG Tony. I don't know. What do you guys call each other in that?
The nurses.
Yeah, the nurses of OG.
Medication.
There we go. There we go. And
Collective psychosis.
he very true. And he's also turning into a regular Danny Tanner with a full house, watching
Yes.
kids. Man, you're just doing it all, OG. Age is nothing. It does not stop a man. Just ask OG Tony. But
That's true.
we're always here for your insight. Great to have Kevin here. Our young boy is off doing young boy shit. What is that? I don't know.
We
But
did a
you
trade
don't
for a
even
week.
wanna know.
That's it. We did a little swapperoo. We
Little
just said, hey,
swapperoo.
hey,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
Bryce,
Little
you
switcheroo.
carry on for me. I had things on Tuesday. Bryce, I'll carry on for you on Thursday. You had things on Thursday. It just works out.
Very true. And he did such a fantastic job on
He did.
Tuesday, Kevin. I would say out
Oh,
there in
man.
the household, if you haven't went back and listened to it yet, go back and listen to Bryce's breakdown of the mask versus mask. It's the very last segment we do. Trust me when I say this, you're going to witness just a fan
Genuine
loving
excitement.
wrestling. Genuine excitement, yes. So go back and check that out. It was a great performance and a great discussion with Bryce, our young boy. You might need to babysit him too, OG.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, I had 3 yesterday, 4 today. Maybe the only reason I won't have 5 tomorrow, I'll be in India at Comic-Con. So
Well, we might
There
even
you
send him
go.
with you there. So
He's like, hell no to that. That'd be awful. That
Oh,
would
would
be
be.
awful.
Trying to
but
keep track of Bryce at a con was
oh,
something.
whew,
everywhere, bro.
I wouldn't
you got to put a
recommend
bell on
Oh.
him.
Seriously, man. Seriously. All right. So we have some AEW to talk about, and I got to tell you, and I'll say this here on the show, Voice, man, we were talking in the our group chat, as it were, and we were discussing like just this and that. We just kind of going back and forth for some stuff, and then we just have Kevin just bombard the chat saying like, "Hey, I've been watching some AEW." We're like, "What?" Like, what? You're watching some what? And I got to tell you, man, one you kind of dropped the news on us that he was going to be on the show today. I got excited because like the way that I listen to you, Kevin, talk about Monday Night Raw every Tuesday is the same way I would love to hear you talk about what's going on AEW right now, because I totally get the sentiment, the mindset that, oh man, AEW, they're this and they're that or whatever. And I get it. Trust me, this time last year, I wasn't watching it. I wasn't messing with it. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. But for some reason, when we decided to dig back in, it was just it was in a right niche where it seemed like things were starting to take off. And there has been the biggest criticism has been the fact that lack of storytelling, all the in-ring, work rate in the world, and can't tell you a story to save your life. And I think they're challenging that perception right now, Kevin.
I think what I'm seeing from them that I didn't see as much before is more promo time. And because there's more promo time and they're doing more with that with people who can cut promos like a Briscoe, like an MJF, like hell, Roosh is looking real good. I'll get into that later. And people like Ospreay cutting promos and pre-tapes. Like, that tells more of a story than what you're going to do in ring. I get that people want to get their matches and they want to get all of those things in too, and they do tell stories through that. And I think they give you incredible action. And I'll get into some slighter things later, but I think they give you incredible action for the most part. I think they tried to self-contain too much of the story within a match segment before. So it would always be a match and then something after, or something before, then a match, then something after. Like, there was a lot there. Now we're getting it more segmented in promos, where we'll see a little bit of it earlier in the night, and then later on we'll see the match. So we're selling it earlier to get to the match later, and that's part of card structure too. And I think people back there are starting to learn, like, hey, like if we hit a promo at the beginning, like we could do a match to start off hot, but like let's do a promo with like Ospreay right here after the match, slow it down a second, bring us back, then we'll go. Then we'll go with the match itself. And I think that structure is working out really well for them, especially, like you said, with the storytelling aspect.
Yeah, most definitely. I really am enjoying what they're putting out right now, Kevin. They are really putting out something that I'm sinking my teeth into, and I'm thoroughly becoming a fan of. And I'm gonna get some thoughts on this episode overall. But come on, guys, you know what time it is. Voice. It's time to hit the chat. Let's see what they're talking about out there in the household. Give me one right here on the screen. Voicey baby, what do we got? We got Fightins saying AEW, where the best wrestle. Fightins is an AEW fan. We have Ribshot. He's in the chat representing the UK. He says the Olympics is where the best wrestle.
Technically, yeah.
Where's the best wrestling at? A fighting says that's not real wrestling. I'm loving it. The chat is wilding out. We love it. We got Big Glenn in the chat. He says Kevin Knight joining the Don Callis family is good and all, but I want to see OG Tony manage Gaston LaRue. Oh no!
Why did he have to bring that name up?
Yeah, yeah.
I hate you, Glenn.
Well, Tony, before we get any deeper into the show, we need your guest on weekly update. You promised the fans last week. When I went back and re-listened, it popped me very much to hear you say it. So go ahead, Tony. Tell us your review of Gaston LaRue this week.
Nothing's changed. He's consistent. He still sucks.
No movement. Power ranking stays the same.
No.
Stays the same. Beautiful,
Yeah.
Tony. Thank you for that weekly update. We appreciate it.
Wonderful, guys. And if you enjoy OG Tony, we're gonna give you more OG Tony a little bit later on in the show. We're gonna be debuting a new segment starring OG Tony. That's the hot seat. We're gonna do that. That's gonna be great. We'll talk about that and get into that later on in the show. But I'm gonna stay with OG Tony because I want to get your thoughts. What were your overall thoughts on this episode of AEW Dynamite?
I like the show. And what Kevin said, one thing that was AEW's problem, I probably only missed, since AEW started, maybe 10 shows in 7 years. So, and I won't say I'm an AEW super fan. I'm not. I'm more of a WWE fan. I'm just being, but I'm a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So I watch all wrestling. And AEW gave me enough to keep coming back. But one of their big problems for me was they would take 10 pounds of stuff and try to put it in a 5-pound bag. And I think
Yep.
they're doing a little bit better of not doing that with their pacing.
100%.
But I enjoyed the show. Did I think it was a super great show? No, but there were some things I definitely liked. I love MJF as usual. Tekla, the promo Tekla did, I loved. I really enjoyed it. The Kevin Knight thing, I'm still 70-30 on because I'm just not sure that I like him in the Don. I like him in the Don Callis family. If it was Don Callis and 5 other people, if it's Don Callis and 20 people, I don't like it because I think Don Callis family with the 5 main players could be one of the best factions of all time if they did it that way. So I think it's just kind of
Bloated.
it's too bloated for me. But yeah, I thought it was a good show. The Ospreay Davis match was a really good match. I really enjoyed that. I know Josh is not a Ospreay fan, but again, I thought it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. I didn't like. I mean, because I even said in the chat the other day that Mercedes might be the pick for the person to come in. I didn't like the placement of that. The normal 920 placement of the women's match should have not been there.
Was that at 9:20?
That was about 9:20, 9:25. It should have been at least at the start of the second hour, at 9 o'clock, at the very least. I don't like that placement at all. I mean, Mercedes is a big star for that company. And just to bring her back, and it really wasn't a whole lot of hoopla. They really didn't even talk about her losing all her belts or anything.
Yeah.
That should be a story. I didn't like that. I didn't think they brought her back in the right way.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna ask you, Tony. Like, I was gonna ask you, like, when she returned, like, it didn't feel big, didn't it? It did not feel that big. I
Yeah,
was
I was,
I was happy to see her. I popped because I know that she is so sorely needed in this women's division right now, but it just didn't feel big, OG.
yeah, I agree. It did, but they're doing a lot of things right. It's definitely a lot better show than it's a lot better than last week. I thought last week was
Yeah.
okay, but I thought this week was better. And they're giving people opportunities. I mean, Leo Rush. I love him being on the show. I know
Oh
he's not winning.
man.
I know he's not winning matches. That's okay. That's fine. He may not never win a whole lot of matches, but that still don't mean he can't add something to the show. And so I really enjoy what he's doing, and I still think, and I think they kind of tease that a little bit about him and Orange Cassidy. I'm hoping that they do it. I think them as a pair, as a tag team, would be really interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's really crazy because as soon as you mention that, that's when they started doing it. It's crazy how like little things like that are still happening when we're like, hey, we'd like to see them go in this direction, and then they kind of pivot in that direction, and it's just it's just weird. But once again, I enjoyed this episode of AEW Dynamite. I have thoughts on Kevin Knight joining the Don Callis family. I'm gonna leave that to the loves and the lows. Leo Rush, I'm going to do the same for that. But I'm going to give it to Voice here. Let me get some of your overall thoughts on this episode of AEW Dynamite.
Well, well, household, strap in because I'm about to disrespect the elderly. 20 people in the Don Callis family means more Don Callis. Come on, Tony. OG Tony, we need more Don Callis. We haven't had enough of Don Callis. There was missing years of Don Callis in wrestling. So I say I like Kevin Knight because I think I see something in him being in this family in which all the big egos that were already in this family, Kevin Knight is going to be the dynamite that explodes all these big egos in the Don Callis family, which is going to then reduce the Don Callis family down to maybe your Mark Davis, maybe your Kevin Knight leading the group, maybe just a handful of other guys too. And then that's it. I think I see that happening just because I'm seeing a lot of guys really not taking a liking to all the attention Kevin Knight's getting from Don Callis. For some reason of following Cyrus the Virus all the way to Don Callis, I see that in his storytelling. Now, Mercedes Moné, what I will say, where I respect you very much, OG, the time slot, horrible time slot. But with Mercedes, I think we're waiting for her first promo. Once we get her promo and she gets her story out without the guys behind the mic trying to deliver a story, I think that's going to be more impactful for the women's division. We have to look at where they're at with drunk Auntie Tekla, like young boy likes to say. She's a masterpiece when it comes to telling a story. Yes, I know we're hearing these things of she's a bootleg Becky Lynch, things like that. Whatever, sure, fine. It's the accent. Come on, let's be adults. Let's get past those things. She has her own flavor in the
Yeah.
Sunday, and I like it and I appreciate it, and I hope we get a lot more. Plus, those young women behind her are, what do we call her? Sky Red from Blood and Guts.
Yep, Sky Red.
I think
Sky Red. We all know she's Sky Blue, but yeah, back in Blood and Guts, she showed us she was Sky Red, and that changed my perspective of her after that.
I think you're going to be able to say that again with her next match in the Owen Hart tournament. I believe that's her very next one she gets on TV.
Yeah, she's gonna go up against Sari.
Yes. So I'm excited for that. Overall I enjoyed this one. We had a great beginning. We had a great match at the beginning. There was a lot of fun storytelling. Leo Rush, again, hitting on all cylinders. The dude can't miss right now, and I like it. And what I appreciate is AEW's not doing AEW things with him. They're letting him be him.
They're leaning into it, bro.
Exactly, and I think we can credit that to Danhausen and the way they handled him,
Yeah.
and they kind of seen
Yep.
the uprise when he
He
split.
opened up that. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that is very smart. Stay in that lane with him, but I do want to see him with Orange Cassidy, Leo or Tony. I want to see it. I loved when you said it. I want more of that. I think those two are perfect together because Orange Cassidy, I think, is going to be able to lower his comedy type of wrestling, and he's going to be kind of more of an enforcer who has to, once shit gets to where he can't handle it, he has to unleash Leo. And that I like the dynamic. I'm there with you. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this Dynamite. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I thought it was I thought it was good as well, man. I really like that they're leaning into Leo Rush. I really enjoyed the segment backstage that I saw where it was the conglomeration and Leo Rush shows up with the umbrella and they're like holding completely still and you have Orange saying if you hold still, he can't see you. And then you just have Leo just coming across, walking across them slowly with his crazy look, talking about it's fine. It's fine. And then once he gets past and they start moving again, he's like, I didn't even know that worked. Like I legitimately laughed. Like they actually made me laugh. That was a big thing for me. And then they did the same thing on the runaway when he was coming out for his match with Mark Briscoe, which was a great match, by the way. Really enjoyed that match. And the Mark Briscoe promo. I completely eviscerated him last week for the nonsensical promo that he had last week. And then he came back this week and I was like, damn, that was a pretty good promo. But Leo Rush, I mean, the way that the conglomeration, they stopped. He walked past them to do his entrance to get ready for his match with Mark Briscoe. They start to walk off. He turns around. They stop walking. I don't know how they knew that he turned around. Like they had to see something. There had to have been some kind of cue. But they stopped at the perfect time when he turned around. He turned back around and they started running off. It's just great. I think it's hilarious. It popped me. But Kevin, let me get some of your thoughts on this episode of AEW Dynamite. I'm interested because I know you just started locking back in.
So, generally speaking, when they have to do a cue like that, I bet I don't know if you noticed the camera angle, they're shooting down the ramp. I bet there was someone up at top of the ramp who was giving him a signal.
Okay.
And that would make the most sense because Gorilla's probably attached to that, so they can just yell to the person with a hand signal. They do the hand signal, they stop. Yada, yada, yada.
Makes sense.
I loved the opening match. I think it was my highlight of the show.
Yeah.
And while I'll save more of this talk and my reasons behind it for the highs and lows,
yeah.
Roosh is ready to be a babyface star.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And I don't think that's a hot take anymore.
No.
He has the fans chanting everything for him. He's chanting, he's trying to teach him a chant that they already know. Like, that's the biggest issue, is that he still thinks he needs to say it. He doesn't.
Yep. He does not.
And it makes it sound more awkward because he is doing it. Just let the fans do it.
Just let them say it.
Just let the fans do it. They already got it. I loved that match. So there is going to be some nitpicking that I have with some of these matches, only because I was looking at it. I wrote notes for a reason. So post-match was actually my largest issue with this match. I think the match would have been better. I'm not even going to say better. I would have preferred a tombstone finish instead of a tap out the way that they did it, only because the way that they did it where Roosh flipped him off and then passed out, I get what they're going for in his resiliency, but I would have just had the tombstone on the ground and then another tombstone in the ring if you're going that route. Just because then we can get over the tombstone. We don't have to get over an extra thing. And he doesn't have to have taken a tombstone on the outside just to try and Hulk up through something that he doesn't actually Hulk up through. Nitpick there. Great match. Post-match is where I had more of the issue because Mark Briscoe comes out for the save.
Yeah.
And then he needs someone to save him. After MJF just had a 25-minute match.
Yeah, exactly.
Just have Briscoe clear him from the ring.
Yeah.
I get what you were trying to set up. And that was to have the conglomeration come out so you can do the Leo Rush bit. Cool.
Yeah.
I get that. Maybe you could have found another way to do it. Maybe you could have done another pre-tape. Like, there's another way to get that conglomeration thing over without them having to come out and save Mark Briscoe. Because Mark Briscoe, to me, is a guy, yes, he has a lot of cachet with the audience, just from his ROH days and just everything they've done in AEW, which is good. You want that to be a main event guy now. I wish they would have done it sooner with him. He's a phenomenal worker.
Yeah.
But having one of your top baby faces coming out and then needing a save from 5 other baby faces from one heel doesn't exactly strike confidence in that baby face, at least subliminally. Again, I see why they did it. That was my only nitpick, though. I love Lio Rush so fucking much.
Oh man,
I loved the match with
So
Mark
entertaining.
Briscoe. Lio Rush's movements scream, I finally know who I am as a performer and a character and a wrestler and a worker. And to me, he's doing all of these little things so well. And I see it and I go, oh my God, I see that as the character. Oh my God, I see that as a character. Boys, we were talking about this a little bit in private chat with the promo that Khan brought up, where I argued it wasn't even a comedy promo. It made you laugh, but it's not a comedy promo.
Yeah.
Because Lio Rush wasn't a comedic figure in it. He didn't do comedy. And we talked about that a little bit because I think I misunderstood when we were talking before. We had a nice debate about it, which is good. I like that debate. And then when I saw the promo, I'm like, oh shit, this isn't a comedy promo. This is just him getting over character stuff. And that he's doing so well with it. Just ridiculous. Yeah. And I like Lio Rush mixing it up with top guys. Because even if he is losing, he is getting it in your mind that he is a guy who can do. He's a guy that can do. He is a guy that can do. So he's going to position himself, even if he gets 2 more losses against main event guys, he positions himself in a great way. I agree with you, Con. Mark Briscoe promo, fantastic. Liked it.
That was a great promo.
My only hatred for it is that I hated that it took so long to do something with Mark Briscoe. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
To do something with the angle with his brother because they really didn't capitalize on it. I think Mark Briscoe can be a top babyface is what I'm saying. Not that he is a top babyface. They're positioning him.
I think that potential is there
positioning
right
him
now.
to be a higher babyface. Not that he is currently. Yeah, it's fair. I think Roosh can be mean as well because I missed that comment. Roosh could be mean, but I think he's getting guys who are mean can be baby faces too. It just depends on where that meanness is going and where that aggression is going. I don't see him as a white meat baby face. I see him as an aggressive baby face where maybe an aggressive, because when people say baby face, they think, oh, the guy who smiles and they love and everything like that. No, this guy is like closer to Steve Austin face. Yeah. Not Steve Austin, of course, because nobody will be Steve, but he's closer to that style where he's going to come up, he's an ass kicker, and you want to see him kick ass.
Batista was kind of intense, like an intense ass kicker.
Batista is that way, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
LA Knight's going to keep trying to be Steve.
Yeah, he sure is. I slightly disagree on the Tekla promo. I love her style of promo. I wish they would have done a video package prior to this, only as someone who hasn't followed as much. Because I feel there was such a dense amount of Stardom lore that I needed to understand that. And the amount of promo time that she had, it's tough to get over as a worker. And it's not her fault. She's a good promo. I've seen her other work. Yeah. But getting over that dense of a story in that short of a time is tough. I would have preferred a 2 to 3 minute video package where we got that. Then she came out and cut the other half of it, if that makes sense. I think that would have led a little better.
Yeah, give us the reason why you got fired from Japan.
Yeah,
give us that reason.
I need that reason.
Why? What happened?
I need that reason at some point. Top babyface as in main eventer, I suppose. Yes, he could be in main events. And that's the definitional difference. So babyface and face, that's where people get the disconnect as fans. Babyface and face are the same thing, in my world. If your terminology is that way, that's fine. But in my world, when I say babyface, I just mean face. I'll save that one for the low. I still don't like Ospreay and Death Riders. I just don't. I think it's clouding Ospreay's ascension, and it just was an unnecessary addition in my book. I loved that there was a quick win on AEW.
It
Andrade
was-
just walked out there and murdered somebody. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Straight to my
Fucking
veins.
murdered
Give it to
that
me
kid.
straight to my veins.
He fucked that kid up.
He did. He fucked him up.
So
So
how you know?
How you know you're in a wrestling match?
yeah. Kevin Knight and Bailey, I thought was an incredible match. I was worried at the end, but I'll say Mike Bailey strikes like he's a farm worth of potatoes. If everyone knows what potatoes mean, potatoes meaning in wrestling terminology for strikes that should be lighter. But
Okay.
I think based on how many times people allow him to throw strikes, they aren't potatoes, which is amazing to me. Because how can he be that smooth?
Meth is a hell of a drug.
Maybe. And Jesus fuck, this is literally in my notes. I'll read them verbatim. Fuck, I hope Bailey is okay, comma, Jesus fuck. And that was the ending when they came off of the top rope and he took a high and tight
yes. Oh my
15 feet in the air. And I went, and someone on, I think it was Shivani, he said, I think his back is broken.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I went,
he did say that.
It
I
could
remember.
be. And ooh,
That was insane. That was rough. I don't know what they
I
were
hope
going
he's
for there, but
okay.
that was rough.
I hope he's okay. I don't want to talk too much about the Monet Windsor thing. I think we covered that quite a bit. Ospreay Davis felt like a Bloodlines rules match. And
All the run-ins and
I think it would have been tighter to me, this is just me, if we just had Fletcher interfere. Fletcher has a lot of history with Will Ospreay.
Yeah. And Mark
Takeshita
Davis,
comes out and does his thing. Then the finish, instead of him disarming the screwdriver with the first one and then hitting him with another, just lock in that arm bar. He swings the screwdriver. You lock in the arm bar, the arm with the screwdriver in it. He can't hurt you with the screwdriver. It's in an arm bar.
Yep.
Then he taps out. That's such a clean finish, and I think they got the crowd well with it anyway. So, more props to him. But I think just a clean finish with that one would have maybe gotten even a larger pop. But that's, again, nitpick. I don't like that there was a Bloodline rules match. I get the excitement and hype up of it, but really, in my opinion, we should have never been there because Ospreay should have been in Death Riders. So I think it still muddies it for me. Based on the stuff that they have, though, I think it worked well.
I thought the episode was good for what it was, but this is exactly why I wanted Kevin on here, though, to be able to break stuff down and be able to, keep it tight, keep things, and break down things for fans that are in the chat. They're like, hey, I don't know what this is, or maybe I'm not sure what that is, or maybe get a different view on it, and that's why I was excited to have him on here. But, guys, we got to get these loves and lows going. We got to get the hot seat with OG Tony going. But first, we are going to take a break. We're going to take a break. We are going to pay some bills. Like I said, we've got the hot seat with OG Tony coming up after the break. We've got the loves and the lows. What was Kevin, Voice, OG, and myself loving and loathing about this week's episode of AEW Dynamite? We're going to talk about all that on the other side of this break.
Hello everyone, it's the Pope Elijah Burke, founder and president of the Love Alive charity. I wanted to take this brief moment to share with you my charity's continued humanitarian efforts to positively impact the impoverished communities in and around the greater Jacksonville area. This cannot be possible without your support. If you'd be so kind, please take a moment to visit our website, love-alive.org, to learn more about the charity and its mission. Also, feel free to donate to our 501c3 organization that operates off of the donation of the public, which is you. Whether that be by website or via Cash App, $1 help makes a difference in the lives of others as we continue to positively influence many people by being the change that we wish to see in the world.
Welcome to the Brainbuster T-shirt website where your favorite podcast team in your house lives. Look at all these fantastic options you have. If you want that sweet hype, we got it. You wanna be divinely designed at yours. Have you lost your voice? We have all that voice merch for you. Are you just a part of the household? We got that too. Brainbuster Tees is where our YH live. Brainbuster Tees is where our YH live.
Hey guys, it's the executive producer of the In Your House podcast, Alakon the Con Man House, here to tell you on this commercial break to like and subscribe to In Your House on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook at the In Your House Wrestling Podcast. Subscribe on Twitch at Team IYH. And remember to follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And leave a review and 5-star rating. We thank you for your continued support. It all helps for us to stay charted and continue to give you that work. Hey guys, welcome back to In Your House, more specifically the AEW Dynamite review show. And we got Voice in the building, we got OG over here, and we got a guest appearance from the professional himself, the Chaos Goblin, Kevin Calloway. And we just got his overall thoughts on this past episode of AEW Dynamite, as he's recently been locking in and checking it out. And I got to tell you, I've been locking in to my wellness journey, and you guys can do the same too. If you guys head over to goalie.com, you guys can get all of their great products, whether it be the ashwagandha gummies, whether it be the apple cider vinegar gummies, whether it be Matcha Mind. Hey, all you got to do is go to goalie.com and we can help you out. Put in promo code IYH, get 10% off, and let them know that In Your House sent you. And check out everything we're doing on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch. And then we drop our episodes on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Pop us in your ear and just ride with us, and we'll ride with you on the way to work. Or maybe you're at work and you're just needing a great wrestling conversation in your ear. We're there for you. We got your back all the time In Your House. So listen, we got this new segment that we're about to do here. And it is a segment that my man OG has been doing over on Gonzo Sports Room, Gonzo Wrestling Room. And we're bringing it here to the show. So we put together a little something for you, OG. We put together a little intro. Let's go ahead and play it.
The Hot Seat with OG Tony.
That's awesome. Oh shit!
World's okayest legend.
I'm sorry, Voice. Could you play that again?
Yeah.
Play it again, Voice.
The Hot Seat with OG Tony.
That was the greatest. Oh, all right, OG. I'm gonna give the floor to you.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Okay, we got 3 questions and one for each commentator. I'm going to start off with let's start off with Howse first. And
Okay.
this question comes from a place I had last Wednesday. I had a show with Warren Misery. We do a show every Wednesday together, and we talk once a month. And he brought up Cody Rhodes, and he believes. Understand, he is a huge AEW fan.
Okay.
So I think he has some dislike for Cody Rhodes because he's no longer in AEW. But he claims that Cody Rhodes is a failure as a face and has been a failure in WWE as their face of the company, as one of the faces of the company. And so my question for you is, do you think Cody Rhodes has been a success in the WWE as a face in that company?
I do. I think that Cody Rhodes has been a success as a baby face in that company. I mean, he's the guy who ended the historic reign of Roman Reigns. He brought the WWE Championship to his family's lineage for the first time. He gutted it out in a Hell in a Cell match against Seth Rollins with like a torn pectoral muscle, and I get the looking at from the view of a fan. I get where he's coming from, where he kind of feels some disdain, but he should. If you look at it like Cody Rhodes helped create the company that you love right now.
Yes.
And I totally understand the mindset that this guy is anti AEW in that mindset, but like I gotta say, as a face, no, I wouldn't say he's a failure at all. Is he running stale? Yeah, for sure. But every great babyface ran stale. Hulk Hogan ran stale. John Cena ran stale. I mean, it happens to all great baby faces. I'd say he's an absolute, as a baby face, I'd say he's an absolute success. Considering the amount of merch that I see, the amount of fan interaction that he has, the amount of smiles that he puts on faces, I would have to push back and say he's an absolute success.
Kids dress like him. That's ultimate
Yes.
babyface right
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
He's running stale by a lot of people's definition, and I'm still hearing crowds chant his song.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay. Next question. Let's go to Joshua. If you could have dinner with any fictional character, who would it be?
Ooh,
Any fictional character.
I like that.
That's pretty good. I like that. See, my instinct is to go to horror movies and sit there and I think that would be fun.
I want to hear this.
But then I go, well, what would they eat? Like what would Freddy Krueger eat? What would Jason Voorhees eat? So I think I would go. Okay, here it is. Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland, the cartoon, not Johnny Depp, the fucking cartoon. Just because I remember as a kid thinking, when I seen that's what dinner parties were like for adults, and sadly mistaken when I actually seen one. I was like, what? They're not doing that. But it always gave me that's my sense of wonderment. That's where I can first go back all the way back in my head and be like, I got lost in the story, and it was that. So yeah, the Mad Hatter. And plus, he's probably got some really good drugs.
You know he does.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. My question for Kevin. Who do you admire the most in your life?
Oh, it's got to be my mother. Though I'm just gonna say parents. I can't pick one of them. I don't think it's fair to pick one of them. I'm gonna put them both over. My mom worked and managed 2 companies when I was growing up. She managed a company that served the people with special needs get housing after they graduated from school with their certificates, and to make sure that they were staffed. She also managed a personal accounting services where she would do payroll for a bunch of other companies. So she managed both of these while still not missing a sporting event, still not missing any of that, still giving me all of the love and support that a mom should. My dad was very similar. They worked different hours though. So my dad pulled what's called a 6 and 6. So yeah, and Voice immediately knows what that is too.
Oh man.
Where Voice, fill in the gaps for me, because sometimes I can forget this exact thing. So tell me if I'm wrong. Where he would basically get 6 hours of sleep throughout the course of the day, and then go back to work.
Yeah. I know the companies I worked for that did that. We did. They also did where they could trade. If somebody was seniority above you, oh my God, that would throw you for a whole loop, man.
Yep.
Sleep was, if you got it, you took it.
Yeah.
You took it.
Which is basically what he did, and somehow still made, again, every sporting event. I was a 3-sport athlete.
Wow.
There was not an off season. He made every sporting event. He slept in the car. He took tiny naps. Sometimes he'd leave at halftime if we were getting destroyed. Yeah, that makes sense. But he was always there, and credit to both my parents. I was also, and I'll share this too, is I was adopted, so they're not actually my birth parents either. So they adopted me, and they chose me as I choose to look at it. And I couldn't be the man that I am without their support. And all the way through even my wrestling journey, like, they made as many matches as they could. They lived 2 hours away. They would come to Detroit for weekends in a camper van just to see all the wrestling matches. My dad was easily the person who was most hyped about me being a wrestler. He was more hyped than I was. And I was pretty hyped. But, like, this is a guy, and I know Voice and I have spoken about this on the shows before, like, he was at WrestleMania 3 at the Silverdome. He's been a wrestling fan all his life. He took, I was actually just at dinner with my uncle yesterday, and I didn't know he did this. He took all of my mom's brothers. She has 4 of them. He took all of them to the local wrestling shows. So he would take all of them. And my uncle joked that he was his favorite uncle. Because of the age difference, it almost worked out that way. So just excellent people. Those are easily the people I look up to the most.
Yeah. Fans, if you get a chance, Ken is usually in our post and things like that on Facebook. Interact with him. Yeah. And I'm telling you, you're going to have a great time. He's basically the dad of IYH.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's in all of our Tuesday shows.
Hell yeah, man.
You got to love Ken.
Supports everything I do.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's awesome. That question got me when I thought of that question, because I hadn't thought about that in a long time. Unfortunately, my dad was my best friend, and he passed away almost 30 years ago. So, so I was kind of thinking, who would it be? And then I started thinking about I have one brother who passed away about 15 years ago, but I still got 3 brothers. And when I look at each one of them, they're just so incredible. My brother Paul is everything that I'm not. He's just like my dad was. Great with money, great with making decisions. Just somebody to look up to. And then I had a brother Steve who just tough as nails. A little over a year ago was in a car accident, had collapsed lung, 9 broken ribs, lost his girlfriend in the car wreck. And I mean, he's telling us that night that I imagine I'm gonna get out of the hospital tomorrow. I imagine they'll let me go home tomorrow. That's how tough that he is. He didn't get to go home tomorrow. It was
given the option. He shouldn't take that option.
Steve, let's look at your chart. I don't think you're going to be going.
No, we told him you're not going to be going home, Steve. You're going to feel a lot worse tomorrow than you are right now. But 5 days later, he did get to go home. Damn. And then I got a brother Richard who same way, tough as nails. He worked at the same factory I did. He got wrapped up into a machine and got injured. Had to have back surgery. They screwed up the back surgery, and they was told that he would never walk again. And he still walks to this day. And that thing was that accident was 30 years ago. So it's just super tough. I mean, he really don't lift his legs much, but he still walks, And
that's incredible.
So I got 3 incredible brothers, and matter of fact, I'm going to see them next Friday, and I'm going to tell them 3 that, because I don't know that I ever have.
That's awesome.
I hope you do. I hope that's
always
great,
tell
man.
the people while they're still with us.
Yes.
Hell yeah. 100%. 100%. That's one of the reasons why I love doing what we do here. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. That was
The Hot Seat with OG Tony.
Had to get it in one more time.
Just one more time. All right. Let's hop into the loves and the lows and bring this bad boy home. I'm gonna go. Who am I going with this week? Voice. It's you, man. Give me a love and give me a loathe.
Overall, I loved the whole show, but to break it down, I love the fact Mercedes Moné is back. I hate the circumstances in which we needed her back, but I'm glad she's back. I think I love to be able to look at a talent and become okay, almost like they're a security blanket once they get back to the stage, because
Yeah.
once she's back there, now I know, okay, the women's division, all the momentum we thought we might lose with Willow going out, boom, nope, it's there. We know we're going to get a banger of a match when she meets up with Tekla. We know we're going to get a banger of a match with when she goes through the women before Tekla. So I'm very confident, and I love the fact that Mercedes is back. Can't wait to see more matches of hers and promos, because remember, she was having a meltdown when she left, and it was some of her best promo work to date. So I'm super stoked for Mercedes Moné. We should all be ready to witness some greatness with her. I'm also loving Roosh. Roosh, like you guys said, he's over. And when he's standing there and he's still trying to get things over, it's like somebody just pull him aside and be like, "Brother, you're golden.
You're already there, bro.
You're there." So I thought that was a great point by Kevin. So I love what they're doing with Roosh. And honestly, when because they brought it up about him possibly being the first Mexican wrestler to hold the world title.
Yeah.
I think he should be.
I agree.
And I think he
agree.
can do it inside this run with MJF. And I think, Tony, you remember how imaginative we got when it came to Brody King and all the things that were going on in society, and him and MJF. I think you can do some of those things with Roosh. I think you can push the envelope with him, because I also see Andrade possibly teaming up with Roosh. There's a connection there. The way that Andrade
Yeah, they have a connection. Yeah.
the way he spoke to him, there was like almost an empowerment with them being close with each other on camera. So I love what they're doing with Roosh. I think they need to keep doing that. And it just proves time and time again, MJF right now in this moment of AEW is a centerpiece for their world title to go down different avenues. Darby Allin proved it. Darby Allin made me, he made Howse a believer. We loved that run. So I love that. What I'm loathing is just the little things, man. It's the missed opportunities with Renee being in that ring, giving interviews, doing those things. The fucking, for some reason, their addiction to this John Moxley being this way, and having like it. Will is an extremely talented dude. Will Ospreay is the future of AEW wrestling. Will Ospreay does not need Moxley. Look, the story's getting better, but it's never going to get to where I'm like, "Hey, Howse, I was fucking eating, and that was some great stuff, man," because I already know where it's going to go. We're going to get Will Ospreay. He's going to eventually turn on the Death Riders, and that's how he's going to become the champion. It's written in the pudding, because Moxley's going to have to battle Will Ospreay at the very end of all of this. That's what. Am I wrong, guys? Are they setting this up? Are you guys seeing this?
I think
that's the long game.
I do think that's a long game. I kind of see them going slightly different. Because I see Ospreay winning the Owen and going to All In. And he's in the main event and he beats MJF. But to get there, I think they're going to have Moxley versus Ospreay to prove his worth that he can do it.
Yeah.
And then he beats Moxley on his way through to MJF, rather than the culmination being like, it's going to culminate two different stories, essentially. Ospreay's ascension and then Ospreay's involvement with the Death Riders before that.
Well, I hope they go that route.
God willing, they better go that route.
Yes, because
if I see John Moxley get in that ring and celebrate with fucking Ospreay and Wembley, I might throw a football through a window.
Oh yeah, that'll piss me right off. You don't need to be in that ring with him.
Man, you and me both, because if they're going to do it and they're going to crown Will Ospreay needs that moment by himself with his
Yes.
fans.
Yes.
The fans who got him to the dance.
Yeah.
That is a image AEW needs in their cuts.
They need it in their archives.
Yes.
Yep.
That
100%.
needs to be going back. Not Moxley standing there hugging him.
No
and telling him,
Moxley.
I told you we could do it. Blah, blah. No. Okay. And my very last one. I love it and I love it. I love it for the fact that Mick is going to be involved in AEW. So the reason I love that is because guys like Leo Rush are going to be really story driven, and they're going to learn some really cool things and how to tell a story. What I hate is what we seen in the match, the consistent calls to Cactus Jack. First off, Cactus Jack, one of my favorite all-time wrestlers. I love the character. It's just absolutely one of my favorites. But to constantly call back to it and to interject it, you've had years in which you could call back to Cactus Jack at any time you goddamn want. Like, we don't need that. It's almost like it's in your face. Yeah,
it's manufactured.
That's a hat on a hat.
Yes, exactly. Point. You guys just drive it home for me. So those are my loves. Those are my lows. I'm sorry this week was lengthy.
Hey, no, that's all right, man. That's what we're here to do, the loves and the lows for you to be able to get those points out and give what you love and what you loathe. And like I said, like I always say when I talk about the loves and lows, we say something positive, we say something that we think can be constructive and better, so that way we don't dive too deep into the negative. So let's jump it over to OG Tony. Give me a love, give me a loathe.
I had two quick loves. Mark Davis. I love. Who would have thought a year ago Mark Davis would be where he is right now? So
you've been in love with this dude forever.
He's fantastic, man.
He's really
fantastic.
good.
He's great.
I wish he didn't have an eye patch.
And
Anyway,
and also what they're doing with Leo Rush, I already kind of mentioned that. So there was my two loves. I did have a low, and it was a very good match. I'm not saying it wasn't, but it was just a couple things production wise I didn't like with the MJF Roosh match. Roosh is another love I have. I've loved Roosh ever since I discovered him and it's the first time seeing him in Ring of Honor a few years ago. So I've been a big fan favorite of his. But they announced the match, a no count out match, and maybe you guys heard, but I never heard why.
they didn't give a why.
No,
There was no
So
why. There was absolutely no why.
I didn't really like that. And then the other thing, and this was more maybe on just who's putting the match together and when they go to break. But you've got this match going on, and then all of a sudden they go to the picture in picture, and they come back from picture in picture, and the doctor is trying to stop the match, saying the match is over, and you do all
They
that
did
in
a
picture in picture.
major story of the match during picture in picture.
Picture in picture,
Yeah.
and then all you really see is Roos headbutt the official, and the match continues. I thought that was terrible.
Worse
So
yet,
that-
I'll pitch it to you. Worse yet, on the replay, OG Tony, they didn't have picture in picture, so all I did was come back to Roosh yeeting a guy, and I didn't know dick all a shit of what he was doing.
Okay.
I'm with Kevin. That's exactly how I viewed it this morning when I rewatched it.
Yeah.
It was worse. It was even worse. Picture in picture, I could at least see some chaos going on.
Well, see, my problem with picture in picture, I don't know about you guys. I know a lot of people like picture in picture. I'll be honest with you, I zone out.
I don't.
I zone out. I don't pay attention. My attention span, I can't watch two screens at once. I watch the damn commercial. I can't watch the wrestling because it's smaller. But I did notice that.
Well, OG Tony and everybody on the panel. We don't have Young Boy with us, but do you guys remember back when TNT playoff baseball would be going back in the day of WCW? They did their picture in picture almost identical size.
Yep.
And it was a lot easier to follow that way. And they played the audio for the commercial, but you still got to see a bigger picture of the picture in picture.
Yeah. I mean, I could deal with that level because that feels more like a multi-view.
Yes.
Where I
Yeah.
can, hey, here's the commercial that's trying to get me to buy shit, but at least I
Yeah.
can see the stuff I want to see.
Yeah. Or just make all the matches commercial free.
Oof.
And
Good luck.
Yeah.
I had one question for you guys, and I don't want to get
Sure.
off topic. And if you don't want to save this for last, we can. But how are you guys going to feel when we get Mick Foley having one last match against MJF and
Get the
AEW?
fuck out of here, Tony.
I'm telling you,
Don't
guys,
you
I'm
discuss
telling you,
this, Tony.
I
it's
know.
coming.
Dude,
It's
we
coming.
already
Listen, I know it's coming, and
shared-
I don't like that
yeah.
it's coming.
I shared the post. I forget who put it out there, but I shared it with the group, and I was just like, "Fuck no, we don't need
No,
it." Someone needs to tell him, "No, you don't need to."
You
Like
don't need to do that.
his
Be
body,
Commissioner Foley.
exactly.
Mhm.
His body can take whatever, but his mind is nowhere. Like he's lucky to be able to remember yesterday,
Correct.
and he's talked about that. So no.
I don't want to see it.
I
I
watched.
don't want to see it.
I recently rewatched for me, but Annie watched it for the first time. The Royal Rumble match with him and Rock, where it was handcuffed, unprotected chair shots to the head,
Chair shots,
shoot split
yeah.
open. That man's lucky to be alive.
in front
I
of
do
his kids.
I
Bro.
do not want to see him
Bro.
in another match, not because I don't love Mick Foley, because I love Mick Foley. And I
Yeah.
love what he's given us, and I love everything he's given to the business. Brother, just enjoy retirement and stay away.
Please.
There are
please.
so many people who don't know when to say when in this business. Be the outlier. Be the person who
please.
does. Because we saw this almost take Taker's last match legacy. Thank God for the Boneyard match.
Yeah.
We saw this almost take more of Triple H's legacy before he
Yeah.
did more things. So, like, the problem with last matches is if it isn't good, the guy wants to do another because he has
Yep.
to end on a high note. Brother, you already ended on a high note. I don't remember what your last match was, but if I don't remember it for Evil, then it was probably fine.
Yeah.
Let's just end on that. Because I remember Flair's last match. Boy, and I love Ric Flair, but, brother, that was a choice.
Dude.
Yeah.
Sabu's
yeah.
last match was the hardest match I've ever watched, just because you see somebody wanting to live up to the greatness of one day, but
It
the
just
shell that
doesn't-
we're watching is hard to take.
Yep.
Hard to take.
Yep. All right. Let's move on to Kev. Give me a love and give me a loathe.
All right, well, I know it's already been talked about, but I want to hit on it a little further. Roosh, give him to me straight into the veins. I
Yes.
want him higher on the card. I want him to continue to be higher on the card. He has every mainstream package they could want out of anybody. He looks like a Greek god. He looks like he could beat somebody up. I believe that he could destroy somebody in seconds. So having him face someone, them lasting, is good enough. Please, again, just like I said earlier, please just get him to say the first line, and then everyone else can say it at this point. We've got it. I promise, brother, you did it. Let's. But I wasn't sold on Roosh until I saw this in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't think it was there, but because they hadn't let me see it yet. This showed it to me. We're seeing something, and we're seeing a wild man come out of him even more in a larger scenario with a better person to work with, instead of just him, yeeting around Jack Perry or whoever was the death of the day. If we can get him in more of those scenarios, that would be just fantastic. I can't stress enough, Leo Rush is one of the best. This is one of my favorite things on AEW. I said it a little bit earlier. Just wanted to put it out there again. So my low that I did skip over, though. I hate Kevin Knight and the Don Callis family. I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, you beat me to it.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I can't say it enough. And the reason I hate it is not because he doesn't fit in it. He does fit in it. And it's actually not because there's so many people in it, though that is a corollary reason. Kevin Knight was doing just fine on his own. He had one rough promo, and he did better on the next one. Why are we putting him with a giant group? He could be a standalone heel like a Swerve Strickland. It's fine. He doesn't even need a manager. He has enough swagger for all of the Don Callis family combined. Don't give him something he doesn't need simply because everyone is in it. Do not NWO him. You have something there with Kevin Knight. He's one of the best and brightest young guys you have.
Yep.
Don't let him sit and mire behind 5 other fucking people just to try and get fed a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
No, that's a good point.
It really is. It echoes what I'm going to be saying here, but I'll jump into my loves and lows here. And my first love, because I will always bring it up and I will never let this be forgotten. My first love is MJF. All right. MJF coming out with the whole matador. He's there for the bull and everything. He's just
so
a
good.
dick.
He just
Like,
eats
that's-
all of
I-
the scenery.
He's a dick, and he doesn't care that he's a dick, and he doesn't care about having friends. He doesn't care about anything else. He talks like his wife barely likes him. His wife doesn't even like him. The only thing he cares about is the Triple B. That's all he cares about, and he just loves to piss people off. And he's a catalyst of the show. He's got everything going for him with the title. He's on top right now. Not only that, he's still the champion. And we're like, oh, well, we had Darby Allin's title reign where he was defending the championship weekly. MJF is going to get the title for the 3rd time. He's a heel. Surely he's not going to be defending it weekly. And he's still defending it. He's still defending the title. So, I'm enjoying MJF. I think MJF is once again a catalyst on the show. And
Oh shit.
Oh, he was cooking.
as far as another,
Oh,
Come back, Howse. We believe in you.
we believe in your
We
internet.
believe.
am I back?
You're back.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, there we go. All right. So another love of mine is kind of the little lightweight movement of the tag team division. You had the dogs in the back. They had some interaction with the Young Bucks. I like just a little bit of movement for the tag team division. We still got a lull period in time before we can start talking about the Motor City Machine Guns or the New Day showing up. So let's keep building what we already have there before we start bringing in those guys and have those conversations. So I like the little bit of movement there and leading to what we can get to next. Most definitely, I'm going to say this and shout this to the rooftop. Mercedes Moné coming back because the women's division needed it desperately. I mean, you have no Willow Nightingale. You have no Tony Storm. We just got, once again, like I said, Mercedes back. We need a shot in the arm for that women's division. And I think the timing, even though I was like, oh, well, it didn't feel big, OG. It didn't feel big. It didn't feel huge. We still needed it. It still needed to happen. It still needed to happen. That women's division needs it. And I think now she's become a favorite to win this tournament. I also agree with what Voice is saying. I think that we need her to speak. I think that's going to be bigger than what the match was that she had with Alex Windsor, because I saw Alex Windsor, they've been pushing her in a tag team, and I just was like, there's no way they're going to bring a wild card in and the wild card's going to lose. So I just wasn't enthralled with that. I'm ready to hear Mercedes Moné speak. I want to hear what she has to say. I'm intrigued by that. So those are my loves. I mean, just to add what Kev was saying, Kevin Knight and the Don Callis family just doesn't work for me, and it's too fast of a pivot. I wanted to see the Jet stand on his own, and that's not to say I would never ever want to see him with the Don Callis family. I just wanted to see a period of time between him standing on his own and him joining the Don Callis family. It was just, he turned heel. Oh, he's no longer a part of Jet Speed. Oh, he's in the Don Callis family. Like, it was just boom, boom, boom. Well, we could have let him breathe on his own for just a little bit. Just
Like
give
2-3
me a
months.
little bit.
Give me like
To
2-3
get
months.
just- Exactly, like just a little bit before he joined the Don Callis family. Once again, it's not that I never wanted to see it. It's just the fact that I think that we needed some time for that. I got to go back because that's my only love. But one final love before we bring this home. And this is an answer to a loaf that I had last week because OG and Voice, if you remember, I totally obliterated Mark Briscoe's promo last week. It was nonsensical. He wasn't going anywhere with it. He was talking about some Southwestern Penguins or something like that. I don't know what he was talking about. And I was just like, come on, man. Like, this is, where are you going with this? Like, you didn't come in prepared. You're just jibber jabbering. The promo this week, 180. 180, and that's to say I'm not I am not the hugest Mark Briscoe guy. I loved Jay Briscoe, to be honest with you, and nothing against Mark at all. I just loved Jay. Jay had aura to me.
Yeah.
But that promo made me believe Mark Briscoe as a main event guy in AEW and a guy that could possibly challenge MJF for that championship. I also love the storytelling that MJF is going back and forth with him, like, brother, he's there. He's in like the ice tub after the championship match. Once again, MJF catalyst the storytelling on the entire show. He's in one or two, maybe three segments a show. He gets it. I just love the guy. MJF, top notch. He'll always be a love in my eyes. He's in the hot tub, or he's in the ice tub, and he's like, I am not giving him a championship shot. He's a hick. He's a redneck. If he gets the championship, this company's gonna go bankrupt. And I like he's like, hey, I like what you got, Roosh. Roosh, you got a look. You've got this. You got a catchphrase. This and that. Blah blah blah. I'll give you a championship shot, but I'm not going to give Mark Briscoe a championship shot. It makes me want to see Mark Briscoe fight MJF more because it seems like MJF is ducking him.
Yeah, and it helps everybody eat. Their character gets to build. MJF gets to keep being the devil that he is. Briscoe gets that sympathy from the crowd that, I mean, he's doing great with.
Yeah.
The kilometer, I can't even say the fucking name, and I'm not even going to try anymore. But that whole team right there, that's what they need to build off of. And before we go, I have a question for everybody that sparked in my head about Mercedes Moné.
Let's go.
Okay, well, let me get right to it. So we know where Mercedes came from with the 4 horsewomen, and we've seen all 4 horsewomen go about and do their business correctly.
Yeah.
So my question to everybody is, did Mercedes Moné make the smartest decision? My reasoning being, because as I see it, Mercedes in a field by herself. Mercedes gets to take all this time off and be the only one featured. When was the last time AEW brought somebody back and it was only that one that they brought back that night? It's been a while, because usually when they bring back somebody, they bring back another person. So it's been overclouding that first comeback. Go back to Kenny Omega, all that stuff. Even the MJF comeback. So Mercedes, to me, seems like she obviously betted on herself and went with AEW, but to me it was the smartest bet, because what if it was one of the other women that did it? She's legit on top of the women's division without even holding the women's world title.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So so the question is, do you think that she made the right move by going to AEW? Is that your question?
Yeah, out of the group, did she make the smartest move?
I mean, I feel like she made the smartest move for her. I mean, considering the fact that it's not even about the titles. I don't even want to talk about the titles for a minute. Let's get real about it for a second. The fact that she can kind of drive where she wants to go with her character. The fact that she is probably getting paid a great amount of money. I mean, a great amount of money. She's been able to do her own thing, travel to Japan, go to Japan. She's been able to take time off. I mean, she went there. She met her second husband, or her boyfriend. Again, I think they might be engaged, so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But like, I honestly, if I'm talking about Cody Rhodes earlier with Hot Seat with OG Tony, Cody Rhodes being an absolute success in WWE, I'd say that Mercedes Moné business perspective and even perspective as far as in ring winning all those titles and in the TBS championship and looking like she might be the favorite to go on to All In and become the AEW Women's Championship for the first champion for the first time. I think that her decision to go to AEW for her has been an absolute success.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah, I go ahead, Tony.
A massive success, and I mean, she bet on herself, but also, I mean, who else was there? I mean, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
you don't have Charlotte Flair there. You don't, and I'm not saying Charlotte's better. I'm not saying that. But you have Becky there. You have Bailey there. None of them were there at AEW. So it was her. I mean, she's the GOAT there. I mean, and I'm not, you know, I think it was also she wasn't happy in WWE. If you're not happy, why stay where you're not happy? I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect fit. But I also think if Charlotte would have left and went there and got paid all that money, I think she would have did well. I think
Oh,
Becky
yeah.
would do well, and I think Bailey would have done well. So I think this.
100.
So I just think that it was a perfect fit because they needed that big female star. That's something that
Yep.
they were missing. They were. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Britt Baker was good. What happened to her, I don't know. Something fell off the wagon there. I don't know what happened, but they really needed that to help the women's division. And you see, I mean, Tony Storm was great, but you know they really missed Mercedes.
Yeah, and I think Tony took longer to like build up as opposed to just being a star right when she came in. Like Tony, they had to take a chance on to let her do her thing, come up with a character or almost caricature, so that she could keep going and make them money. Because otherwise, if we would have gotten the same Tony Storm that we were getting prior, I mean, she'd probably be in the same spot that like Statlander is. Like, good wrestler, good worker, doing well, but she probably wouldn't be the top of the division like Tony Storm is now, or at the top of the division.
Yeah.
Because I think when they signed Monet, they literally named a show after her. They called it Big Business.
Yeah. Yep.
That's treating someone right, coming in like a star. You gave her all of this free reign to like do an Ultimo Dragon where she could come up and do all of these titles to make herself feel more significant and feel like a star. So you took the star aura that she already had coming in and you tried to make it bigger. And I think, honestly, you probably succeeded in making it bigger. In one way or another, even if it was just with the audience or the people tuning in, they see 17 fucking belts. They probably think you're a big deal.
Yeah. Well, they chant CEO at her. So
I think some of those are piped in based on how I was seeing it. But regardless, like people pipe in chants all the time so that they can get people on the same page. Because otherwise, it's a garbled goddamn mess if you have an audience try and chat by themselves. It just doesn't work that way. But with Monet, for your question, she unequivocally made the correct decision. Because whoever went from WWE out of the Four Horsewomen first to AEW was going to get this treatment.
100%.
Yeah.
And she just happened to be the one to do it. Yeah. And if this would, just like OG said, if this was any of the other horsewomen, it would have been the same thing. If this was another star from WWE, like if Roman would have went, he would have gotten this same treatment and he would have done the same stuff. And when you get a big star like that, you have to not fumble it because, man, I remember when Adam Cole debuted. And when Adam Cole debuted, he came out and immediately joined the Elite. And then, to your point earlier, voice, someone else debuted right the fuck after him, literally in the same segment, because he was a bigger star.
Yep.
He's a bigger star than Adam Cole. And he got the star treatment because of it. But, like, I think AEW, and I think they've grown a little bit more out of this. So this is not a current criticism. But before, when they did debuts, when they did returns, when they did all this, it was always hat on a hat on a hat on a hat. They had debut after return after debut after return, to the point where, like, oh man, it was like an ADHD kid on crack. It was just like, we're gonna do this return, and we're gonna do this debut, and it's gonna be great, and it's gonna be so much hype around it. It, like, until you're red in the face. And with Monet, they was one of the only ones in that time frame where they did it absolutely 10,000% correctly. And man, it got me to hate the belt stuff when it happened. And I knew what it was leading to, because she had to have a downfall, which we're seeing now. But in hindsight, it was absolutely the correct thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to see where everybody's head's at. I mean, it's kind of like an obvious answer, but in the same sense,
I like that you threw it out there.
You know, some people might look at it and they might be like, well, look at Charlotte, look at their headlining PLEs and things like that. And, you know, so
it's a good question. I mean, we literally had one of OG's co-hosts saying that he feels like Cody Rhodes was a failure as a face in WWE, and I pushed back on that. So it's like putting that question out there. It's not always as obvious as you think it is, because people have differing opinions on things. So I like that we put it out there. But let's bring this thing home. Call this a really great episode. I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed Kevin coming and joining us and giving us that mindset from inside the ropes, being that he's had so much years of in-ring and agenting and just so much work in the business. So always great to get him on there. Hearing him talk about a Monday Night Raw today, we got a chance to hear him talk about an AEW Dynamite. And for that reason, we're going to give him the floor right now to plug anything that you want to plug, Kev.
Well, you can always follow me at Kevin Calloway on Facebook, Calloway Kevin on Instagram. You can follow my twitch.tv/Kevin Calloway Pro. I'm usually streaming about 2 to 3 times a week, depends on the week. I have my Roguelike Friday tomorrow before I have a nice up north visit. I'll be starting that at a prime time of about 2:30, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Depends when I get done with the gym. And I think, man, I don't even know what I'm going to play at Roguelike. I'm just going to wake up tomorrow and call out of the fly.
Just do it, bro. Just do it, bro. Do it that way. I love Roguelike Friday, man. I'm loving it. Yeah, man. We got to get back. We got to schedule a Saturday or something like that to where we hop back and I jump on stream with you, man, because we got
a whole Ninja Turtles game to play.
I know. We got to get back to that, bro. So we're going to have to schedule a Saturday or something, grab a few drinks, and get back to it. So we'll get that planned for sure, absolutely. But let's give it over here to my man who's doing his thing on Gonzo Sports Room, Gonzo Wrestling Room. He's got a big weekend coming up, but I'll let him tell you about it. OG Tony, where can they catch you and everything you're doing?
Well, normally we have shows on Thursday, but not this Thursday. We'll be back next Thursday. Our next show will be on our networks. Will be on Monday, Gonzo's Wrestling Room. But if you go to Comic-Con, me and Chris and Marcus will be there. We'll be doing shows there with WCWO. Probably about 15 shows. I think they start at noon tomorrow. And then I think they start at 10 on Saturday and 10 on Sunday. I think they run both. I think they run on Friday and Saturday to about 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Sunday ends earlier, about 4 or so. But we're going to be doing about 14, 15 shows. And Comic-Con is a blast, man. It's fantastic seeing all the costumes. Man. And what I like about the cons is when we go do shows is watching the audience and seeing people that's never went to a wrestling show before and seeing their eyes get this big because they've never been to a live show. They may have seen a little bit on TV, but seeing their eyes get this big when somebody about gets their head chopped off or somebody gets their head kicked off and so it's a lot of fun, and the kids too. And also that it's in a small room, 300 people probably set up, 300 or 400, and everything's so close. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just great feeling for the audience to be so close to the wrestlers and stuff. And they do meet and greets, and you can ask the wrestlers questions in between shows too. They do that type of thing also. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh man, that's great. I hope you have an absolute blast, and don't overwork yourself over there, OG man. Enjoy it and take some time to smell the roses there, bro.
Yeah,
So have a
definitely.
blast though. Yeah, have a blast though. It's gonna be great for you guys. You guys are always doing those cons and doing great work on it. So keep going on that, and we're excited to see what you do next. Voice, you do great work here on In Your House. I appreciate all that you do. For that reason, of course, I got to give you the floor. Where can I catch you and everything you're doing, bro?
All right, fans. So if you enjoyed this, guess what? You can come back next Thursday at 6 p.m. where we do it all over again. We watch another Dynamite, we review it, we give you what we like, what we love, and what we loathe. And then we're OG, your segment's golden. I mean, AI, it got you. So you're hooked in AI. That whole opening theme, I could tell you were in love, my friend.
Yep,
So
yep, yep, yep.
you're AI'd. All right, so come back, have some fun with us again. It's Thursday, 6 p.m. for the AEW Dynamite. Yeah, it's a fun
Yeah.
time. You'll enjoy it. Guess what? Tuesday happens. It's me and Kevin Calloway. Yeah, he's below me. He is our professional in the ring. He breaks it down just like you've seen here, but he does it for Monday Night Raw, where me and him get into it. It's the Monday Night Raw review on a Tuesday, where guess what? The fans, you guys that were driving this chat, you drive the chat over there and we have a great time. Ribshot, he has been taking shots at everybody. He took shots at Bryce for Bryce's Tozawa comment and how you're supposed to be like, I appreciate those guys in the background. Well, Ribshot let him have it, but you can come and have some fun with me and Kevin Calloway in the chat over there on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Lastly, but certainly not our least show, it is the WCW Watch Along. It's where me and Howse watch WCW. We're in the middle of Monday Night Nitro. Guess what? Who should not be named has just arrived in WCW. Who is that? Chris Benoit. He's with us again. He's got his hockey hair and he's ready to not be the Pegasus. You know what? I love Chris Benoit. I maybe not his actions, but in ring, love the motherfucker, the toothless warrior. He was so much aggression out of that dude. But we're about to witness his groundbreaking WCW, where WWF at the time got eyes on Chris Benoit. I mean, he did some great work there. So fans, come hang out with me and Howse where we watch the WCW watch along. It's a fun time. You guys drive that show too. It was a blast last week with everybody that was in the chat just going ham, saying what they want. That's what I love about it. Our chat are the weirdos that are like me. They'll say what they want, and you just better buckle up and have something to say with it. And Gaston, thank you for being a champ and not lighting these guys up in the chats all the time.
Oh man. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Call this a really great episode. Slide out of here. Before we go, I'm gonna let you guys know we got the Sunday house party coming up this Sunday. Also, Monday, I'm going to have the Divine Drama, Leela Feist, on the show for our interview series that's going to be continuing. I'm locking in a couple of other guests. It's going to be a great time, guys. We've got some great stuff flowing, and we're going to keep pushing to give you guys some great content. It's all part of the work, and that's HOWSE, and the W stands for work. So for OG Tony Gonzalez from Gonzo Sports Room, Gonzo Wrestling Room, for the Chaos Goblin, Kevin Calloway, for the voice, Josh Joseph, and the whole team here at In Your House, I'm Alakon the Comment House, here to remind you to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to hop on this bandwagon, get on or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. We'll catch you Sunday. Peace.
Dynamite, 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 dynamite.